My name is Janice Trambert, President and CEO of the National Cattle Feeders Association, and I want to welcome you to the virtual tour of a Canadian cattle feeding operation. As you will learn throughout this presentation, careful management during the feeding period is essential. A nutritionally balanced, grain-based diet contributes to well-marbled, flavorful, and tender beef with firm, white-colored fat. Grain feeding also allows animals to be marketed at a younger age, which enhances tenderness and the overall eating experience. Canada's cattle feeders are dedicated to high-quality production, and we welcome this opportunity to share our story.
In Canada, cattle spend most of their lives grazing on pasture before entering a feeding operation. Farms which feed cattle are located all across Canada. In Western provinces, the animals are usually placed in outdoor pens, whereas in the East, they are typically housed indoors. Some operations may specialize in feeding lighter animals, which is known as backgrounding. The backgrounded cattle are then in turn transported to a finishing farm where they remain until they reach market weight. Feeding operations often purchase their cattle by participating in online or in-person auctions. The auction enables Canadian farmers to select animals based on breed, weight, age, gender, and also production attributes requested by specific markets. A uniform cattle supply helps the feeding operation ensure both consistency and efficiency. Auctions sell feeder calves that are less than 1 year of age and yearlings that are 1 year or older. Cows no longer needed for breeding may also be purchased and are fed grain for a period of time to enhance meat quality. Once purchased, cattle are transported using trailers which are often specifically designed for this purpose. Transport of livestock is regulated under Canada's Health of Animals Act to ensure animals are moved safely and humanely. When cattle arrive at the farm, they enter into receiving areas and are given feed and water. They are then able to rest and adjust to the new location before being assessed for placement within the feeding operation. Each animal has its Canadian Cattle Identification Agency tag number recorded using a radio frequency identification scanner. The cattle are individually assessed for any health issues and can be sorted for specific markets. Vaccines to prevent illness will be provided in accordance with the protocol developed by the farmer's veterinarian. Any health treatments provided will be recorded along with the animal's unique identification number. Low-dose hormones may be given to cattle to increase production efficiency and to enhance environmental sustainability by reducing the amount of feed and water required to produce beef. Canada is one of the largest grain producers in the world. Given the abundance of feed grains, cattle are fed a nutritionally balanced diet typically containing wheat, barley, or corn, along with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Grain used for feed is most often of a grade not suitable for human consumption. Its use for cattle feeding enables the production of beef with outstanding eating quality. Feeding operations often make their own silage which utilizes the entire plant and not only the seeds or grain. Silage provides energy as well as an important source of fiber for cattle. It is made by allowing the shredded plants to ferment naturally. The process preserves the feed during storage while also making the nutrients more palatable and digestible. In eastern Canada, silage is usually made from corn, while in the west, barley and wheat are also used. The precise formulations of cattle diets used by the farm are developed with the assistance of an animal nutrition professional. Only ingredients approved under Canada's National Livestock Feeding Program may be utilized. Feeding is performed 2 or 3 times a day to ensure all cattle have access to fresh ingredients and to enhance digestion. A source of water is made available at all times. Feed is placed in troughs or bunks, which helps keep it clean and reduces waste. Bunks are checked throughout the day to closely monitor how cattle are eating. specialized mixing equipment ensures the feed delivered to each pen of animals is as specified. Farm personnel evaluate ingredient quality and adjust nutrient levels as needed to support high-quality beef production. As cattle mature, the energy content of their diet is gradually increased. The environmental conditions on the farm contribute to animal health and comfort. Bedding, such as straw, can be used during wet or cold periods and to provide a cushion on flooring surfaces. Bedding may also be used during hot weather so that the cattle have somewhere cooler to lie down when the ground is very warm. Animal pens are cleaned as needed, and the manure is used as organic fertilizer for crop production. Feeding operations must comply with Canadian federal and provincial regulations for manure handling and care of the environment. The health of cattle is checked at least once per day by personnel who are trained by the farm's veterinarian. The veterinarian will develop written treatment protocols which describe how to diagnose and treat more common health conditions or injuries. If medications such as antibiotics are needed, they must be prescribed by a licensed veterinarian as required by Canadian regulations. Health Canada scientists evaluate the required withdrawal time for each type of medication permitted for use in Canadian cattle. The farm must also keep treatment records that include the animal's unique identification number, medication name, and the date it was used. This information is carefully reviewed by the feeding operation before an animal can be marketed. Cattle are ready to be marketed for beef production at approximately 1,400 to 1,600 pounds live weight. The unique Canadian Cattle Identification Agency tag number will be recorded, and the trailer and the livestock will be inspected before loading. Careful transport from the farm is essential for both animal welfare as well as high-quality beef production.
On behalf of Canada's cattle feeders, I want to thank you for your participation in this virtual tour. We hope you were able to learn more about the quality and safety systems that make it possible to produce premium quality, grain-fed Canadian beef.